Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your monthly reading for June 2025. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it. Now, if you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I pull more cards for every week. I'll tell you some other aspects. And then, of course, the second spread. Now, Pisces, we're here. We're here in June. I want you to do your fun dance right now, okay? Yeah, even if you're at work, it doesn't matter. This is the luckiest month of 2025. You deserve this. I'm going to walk you through this. I want you to, and I brought this up last week, all right? Think about like 2025 so far since January. You can even go far back as November, right? We had retrogrades. We had double retrogrades. We had eclipses. We had the changing of the nodes in your sign. There was a lot happening, and Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion and optimism, Jupiter was retrograde until February this year, and then it didn't even leave shadow until May. And so I want you to just think about that. The first half of the year, yeah, there were still things happening for you. There were still, a lot that was happening, but there was heaviness. There was even some intensities. There was even this fog. It's all gone. It's done as of mid-May, all right? So think of mid-May as a ramp up to what's happening in June, okay? It is an epic month. It's a buckle your seatbelt. Your life is changing. Break out the popcorn kind of month. And it's launching you into this new era. I told you in your your annual forecast, right? Your 2025 forecast, that's still up. I said you're going to experience things you never have in your life, nor will you ever again right now, okay? And why is that? Pluto, right? Pluto, freshly new in Aquarius, first time in 250 years. Just the past few weeks, Saturn and Neptune, freshly new, together in Aries, first time in 320 years. You see Jupiter moving into Cancer. Oh, we'll talk about this. This is going to be one of those months where you just see everything changing right away, okay? You got the planet of luck and, wisdom, faith, your ruling planet moving into Cancer. Can we talk about that just for one quick second? This is a 12-year cycle. You haven't had this in 12 years. Now, this isn't just Jupiter moving into a sign. This is Jupiter moving into Cancer where it's exalted. It's in its exaltation, meaning it does its best in Cancer for every sign. For every sign. This is enormous. And it's not just that, Pisces. There's more to this, okay? You know that we're moving into Cancer season this month, right? The sun's going to move into Cancer, the solstice. And you know that the moon changes signs. The moon's going to be in your sign this month, right? Mercury is changing signs in June. Venus is changing signs in June. Mars is changing signs in June. You throw in Jupiter, you throw in Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, freshly new, and their signs that I just talked about. That's every sign. You will feel June. June is a big month, and Jupiter will be bearing gifts. Remember, some of these planets that change signs, they bear gifts for you. And yeah, you notice I didn't talk about Uranus, right? Uranus is changing signs the first week of July, moving into Gemini the first time in 84 years. So you do see how I told you last year, this highly concentrated area right here, that when Uranus changes signs, that's going to be the fourth of the four outer planets. But this month with all these changes, buckle up. This is a year 2025 that, like I said, nobody on earth has ever experienced, but June is gangbusters. Throw in the fact that we get four, there's like lucky aspects, right? The luckiest, they happen once a year. They all happen to fall in June, okay? The full moon that's happening in June is a Jupiter-ruled full moon. It's one of the best of the year. And as you know, the new moon at the end of the month, the last super moon of the year, one of the best of 2025, it's conjuncting Jupiter, making it even more rare. When was the last time you saw the new moon conjunct Jupiter? That's right. So what a month. What a month. And I'm not even done. There's so much more that makes it such an auspicious, the best Luckiest. So, and you've been working with, listen, Pisces, you know, I got you. You know I love y'all, all right? You know you're my secret crush, okay? The last few weeks alone, you had Jupiter sextile Chiron. You had Jupiter with the nodes. Yeah, you had Jupiter with the North Node in your sign, your destiny, your mission statement. Your life is changing in dramatic ways, right? And all of that, everything that's been happening, especially mid-May, has brought you to this moment. So life, as you know, is a miracle, okay? And you're going to see that ever so clearly in June when Jupiter, your ruler, is up front and center, right? Your traditional ruler. And of course, I'm going to walk you through everything, all right? So, just two things. It is the luckiest month, but it doesn't mean that, you know, other months later are not going to be lucky. There's so many great months to come. It's just, did you just hear what I told you what's happening in June, right? So, the other thing is that June is, yeah, it is the luckiest month. It's like up there, right? It doesn't mean that we won't have challenging aspects, all right? And we'll go through those as well. June will be your magic carpet ride. The universe is going to provide the magic. You got to bring your carpet. That's it. Okay. Make your carpet, bring your carpet, right? You're going to be absolutely, this is just going to be a life changing month for you. All right. I'm very excited for you. And yeah, I'm just going to go over the highlights for June for this month because there are nearly 30 major aspects. That's how bonkers it is. I did a June astrology overview live stream where I talk a lot more about June and how it's going to have an impact on you. That's like 2 hours. That's June is such a big month. Okay, so that's up to like 2 hours. I'll leave that at the end of this video, okay? Or in the description box. I give you a lot of dates and I tell you a lot of things in that video that I will not talk about in your monthly forecasts, nor will I talk about them in your weekly forecasts either. So check them out because June is just so big. There's just so much happening, all right? And I forgot to you can access it now, all right? So sorry about that. The other thing is just real quickly, Jupiter, by the way, is still gonna be. Here's the thing. You see Jupiter moving into Cancer on June 9th. I'm just gonna tell you one thing from that live stream that I said. Jupiter, because moving into Cancer on June 9th, therefore Jupiter is still gonna be a Gemini up until June 9th, but at 29 degrees. So things are changing. And remember, Jupiter leaves you a parting gift before moving into a sign at that 29-degree point, that critical anaretic degree. So, wow, you got a lot to look forward to. All right, that just amplifies the sweetness of June. So, let's jump right in. June 1st, by the way, it's not even on the whiteboard. I talk about the live overstream, overview live stream. I think I mentioned for you last week too, Venus, the triple conjunction with Venus, Chiron, and Eris, Mars' sister with Venus, right? With Chiron, literally, right? On June 1st. That perfection. So you're going to feel that, all right? Just look at the overview that I did where I talk a lot about that. Now, the other thing is please pay attention to the first, half here, the first week, because as I mentioned in the live stream, I think I may have told you last week too, I'm going to see my family next week. I'm really excited about that. So I'll be skipping the first week of June. All right. But then I'll resume when I get back with your weekly forecast. All right. So, and just don't forget to read for rising in your moon. I mean, listen, this is going to be a big month. This is going to be a big month. All right. So what I just said, right, the first week with Jupiter still in Gemini, just remember that's a lot of loaded Gemini energy for you. You got the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Sedna, Hygeia. You got a lot happening in Gemini in that fourth area of your a house of your chart. And so just know you're gonna have a lot of communication, ideas, thinking, curiosity. You want new things. It's clear, especially with home and family, real estate, property matters. You're going to see things happening there. Significant other, right? They're big things, okay? And you're going to feel that amplified all month. And I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you why. The other thing is there's just so much happening, and career stuff, by the way. Now, June 4th, Wednesday, June 4th, you see Venus is going to sextile Jupiter. This is one of the best days of 2025. Yes, the year. Why? You got the two benefic planets in a sextile at 29 degrees. So remember I told you that 29-degree point, we're moving into this new, right? Both these planets are going to be changing signs very, very soon. And so they're leaving you this parting gift, but a big one because it's a sextile. It's this window of opportunity for you where you're going to feel this aspect days before, days after. This is really, really sweet. All right. So there is almost like this diploma that you're receiving, this graduation, this culmination point. Really, really, really great because it's Venus, love and money and creativity and beauty with the planet of luck and abundance and growth and profit. And you got Venus right now in your second house of income and salary and finances. What? That's amazing, right? And so this, again, really big because what's not on the whiteboard, Pisces, Mercury will sextile Mars that day. So you've got the four personal planets, the inner planets, right? You got Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, all in this harmonious, like rolling out the red carpet for you. Welcome to June. Welcome to June. This is amazing. This is powerful. All right. So I really, really want you to get excited about this. Even just Mercury sextile Mars, that's you feeling driven. Mars is your drive. It's passion. You got Venus in the mix too. This is, romance. Everything's here for you. You're going to feel sharp. Your mind's going to feel sharp. A lot of things with home, family, the foundations of your life. There's definitely going to be some activity here with money, finances, with work. Remember, Mars is in Leo in your sixth house. There's so much happening. There's so much happening for you. Remember, Jupiter is your traditional ruler and also rules Sagittarius. You see what's happening here, right? So you're starting to feel that too. And Sagittarius rules your 10th house of career and fame. So again, home and career, like big things for you here. Use this because just within a few hours after, Venus will move into Taurus. And Venus is at home in Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. So all month long, Venus in Taurus is comfort in your physical world, right? Your material possessions, money, creativity, love, romance. That's Venus in her home sign where she does really, her best for you. And so it's also self-worth, self-value, things that you value. This is a big deal. This is wonderful. It's in your third house of communication, okay? Of agreements, contracts, of siblings, family, right? Neighbors, travel. This is absolutely amazing because you already have stuff happening in the home sector. You already have stuff happening in your money sector. Venus natively rules Libra too. That's your 8th house, other people's shared resources. But there's something really big happening for you now. Why? Because Venus, like I said, in Taurus all month, where she's at home. And you got Jupiter moving into Cancer, where Jupiter's exalted. So it's like Jupiter's at home, but he's on the rooftop with a Zima. This is all month. This is big. The two benefic planets and their domicile exaltation, you're going to feel this all month. I told you this is going to be a month that you're going to love. I'm just getting really excited for you. All right. Now, and just wait until I tell you about Jupiter moving into Cancer for you. But before we even get there, you got June 8th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. Again, one of the best. It happens once a year. And this is really bearing great news. It's Mercury with Jupiter, right? It's business deals. It's luck and good fortune and expansion with launching businesses, with contracts, negotiating things, conversations that you have. And again, travel, new things, launching, like I said, new businesses is going to be a big thing for y'all in a big way. But there's also with you, because again, this is at that 29-degree point, there's something here for you. There's an element of you learning something new in a big way, in a even a spiritual way. Maybe you are literally going back to school for something. Maybe you're becoming a teacher in some capacity. Maybe you are taking an online course. Maybe you are starting a website. Maybe you are writing a book. But this is all again in your fourth house. So a lot of emphasis on home, family, the foundations of your life, parents, children, all of that, real estate, all of that, home matters. So that's going to be the big emphasis. But like, again, you got so much here in this wonderful way where you could just get really great news around this time as well. All right. At the end of the day, Jupiter is, all about the big picture, right? It especially when you think about like Jupiter ruling you and Sagittarius too. It's so wonderful because Mercury and Jupiter, they're related. They're bonded. Why? Because Mercury rules the mind, right? The physical mind. Jupiter is the higher mind. So they both rule the mind. So this is when you start seeing the big picture for you, all right? Seeking that big picture, that life purpose. Again, something just very spiritual here for you. You leaning into the greater good for what you seek. And then just that same day, yeah, we're still on that same day. Mercury then moves into Cancer. So speaking of the mind, Mercury, the mind, Cancer, the heart, and also the subconscious. Remember, the moon rules Cancer, so it brings in all that energy, intuition. Listen, you're a fellow, Cancer's your BFF, fellow water sign there. So you get that energy. So use this for the next 2 weeks, Mercury and Cancer, this great flow state, physical mind, higher mind. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Y'all are going to be falling in love. You're going to be like very romantic. It reminds me of those like black and white films of the people that are in love skipping down the sidewalk, things like that. Like, this is amazing for you. Okay. Now here's the thing. Yeah, there's a thing. So on the same day, you will have Mercury square Neptune and Saturn and Venus square Pluto. So you got 3 squares on the same day. Remember, squares, you feel a little bit of a squeeze. You got to work with that energy. It's Mercury. So, just be mindful about the way that you speak, right? Or think should anything come up, okay? It's, happening in your second house with the Mercury squares. There may be something here about testing your self-worth and self-value, right? And so just be mindful. You have a lot of power, and don't let anyone ever take away your power, because a lot of people are going to be feeling this energy this day. So someone could be, testing you. Now, when you throw in Venus square Pluto, yeah, there may be a big test here in terms of your belief system as well, right? This is an aspect where it's all about wanting too much power, too much control. Remember, you need that balance, okay? And yes, relationships can be tested around this time. And there can be something here with travel for y'all, all right? There may be something where I don't know, you don't see, you check in at the airport and the person at the desk is like, tappity tap, like, your luggage is 1 pound over the thing. You owe us, that's $100. How are you going to respond? Okay. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. All right. So, with Venus square Pluto, yeah, elements of like jealousy, possessiveness, those can come up. And I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying that's the energy. So yeah, it could be you. It could be someone else. It could be in a work capacity, home capacity, but with the fact that the moon will be in Scorpio this day. Yes. If you're a subscriber, I've talked about the moon in Scorpio. It has a little bit of a kick. It has a little bit of that intensity, but the moon will be conjuncting Juno. Juno, as we know, has everything to do about truth, justice, and, the balance of power in partnerships and relationships. So that's going to be a big theme. Okay. And again, there is something here for you. Like, there may be just something here with like education, travel. There may be something here just testing your belief system. Maybe something with money. Maybe someone owes you money. Maybe you realize this is the day that, hey, I'm worth more than what I'm getting paid. So again, you can use these aspects. Don't let them use you. Vibrate at that high frequency. You're going to be fine. Everything's energy, right? And you want to do that anyway, because look at what happens the next day, Monday, June 9th, the big day. Jupiter moves into Cancer. Now, this is the first time Jupiter's been in Cancer 12 years, right? Since June 2013 to 2014. Think about that time in your life. What a wonderful time. What a wonderful time. Why? Because Jupiter in Cancer, that is your 5th house. So out of all the signs, Pisces, you get Jupiter in your 5th house. The 5th house is pleasure. It's joy. It's true love. It's romance. It's relationships. It's family and children. It's that feel good house. All right. It's creativity. It's creative projects. It's self-expression. It's procreation as well as sex. Yeah. 5th house of sex. That's the thing. And so a lot of you are going to be having babies, by the way. It's Jupiter, so in Cancer. So great. Congratulations. And that's the reason why some of y'all are moving anyway, to expand. I mean, you had Jupiter moving from Gemini to Cancer. Anyway, the big picture here is that this is absolutely amazing for you. So again, just pick up some patterns, things that happened between 2013, 2014. All right. When Jupiter was in Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted. Now, here's the thing. What's happening this time around? It's going to be very different. Yeah. You didn't have Pluto in Aquarius that time. You didn't have Uranus in Gemini. You did not have Saturn and Neptune in Aries. You didn't have that. It's going to be very different. And you're going to love this year. Okay. So really, really excited for you here. This is bonkers, because Jupiter is Jove. I've told you this, king of the gods. He brings luck and good fortune and wisdom, those blessings and that promise of abundance. You get it for a whole year until June 2026. But the main takeaway, Jupiter is optimism and growth and expansion through your life experiences, to have that appreciation and the gratitude for all in the name of becoming wiser, right? That's what Jupiter is. And that's, Jupiter wants the best for you. So in general, and this is why when I look at what's happening for you this month, I'm like, okay, you're really going to feel this month. In general, Jupiter in Cancer, for anyone, for every sign, when Jupiter is in Cancer, there is an emphasis on home and family and real estate and homeland and ancestry. Yeah, it goes that deep. And you're the foundations of your life and your emotions and your intuition and your role as a mother, or, emphasis with your mother or a maternal figure. That's Jupiter in Cancer. So everybody feels that. But your emphasis, once again, is everything I said about the 5th house. Jupiter is your traditional ruler. So you and your personal growth and the role that you play. And remember, Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. So a lot of y'all are going to become famous. That's your 10th house of fame and career. And if you're not here for any of that, that's just wherever you're exerting your energy into that you want to be known for, because it's honors and it's achievements and it's your reputation, it's public recognition. You got a great year ahead. But again, that home energy is going to be big for you this month. All right. And the whole purpose of this, by the way, the biggest takeaway right now, all right, with Jupiter in Cancer, that's emotional growth and higher purpose. All right. Especially with home, family, the heart and soul. Cancer is like mama bear energy anyway, like security, nurturing. You're going to feel all that. So you're moving along on your karmic journey. And just remember, Jupiter and Gemini, right? That happened all last year, 2024, 2025 till now. Everything that you learned, all right, you are now applying it. So again, everything is cyclical. You're just moving into a new cycle. So everything that you learned last year when Jupiter and Gemini is the mind and communication, but it was in your 4th house. A lot of Pisces, y'all moved. It's a given, 1000%. Or you had some sort of expansion at home. You did renovations, or you bought property, or maybe you're a realtor. There's emphasis there. Maybe you're a lawyer when it comes to home stuff like housing, things like that. Anyway, you've had a lot of, children. There's There's a lot. So it's just now you're moving into that next cycle. So please use this because this is going to transform your life. And remember, Jupiter's optimism and growth. And you create your reality. I tell you that all the time. And so Jupiter just making things so wonderful for you. So I'm really happy for you. He is the greater benefic, right? So think about it, benefit, benefactor, beneficiary, all that goodness. So at the end of the day, Jupiter will still have aspects with other planets throughout the year. So you're going to find, so he's going to come into other houses and bless you in other areas. So just know that I really love what's happening for you. Jupiter being faith and belief and optimism and your higher purpose. Now, here's the thing about June, okay? Jupiter moving into Cancer with Saturn and Neptune, and don't forget Ceres, right? Moving into Aries. That's a lot of cardinal energy. And so in general, that is just leadership, stepping up, like starting new things. Now, more than ever, because Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, they're all at that 0 to 1 degree point in June, the point of new beginnings. So do you see how this is going to be an enormous month for you with new things happening in your life? All right. This new cycle that is happening for you. But again, that a lot of it with your self-worth, self-value, that confidence, your perspective. You, out of all this, you're going to have a huge shift in perspective with the things that are happening in your life. It's amazing. By the way, and this is really, and I want you to know this, okay? If there's a big takeaway for June, the great thing is Jupiter is going to work right away from you, because what did I just say about what 2025 has been so far? You can go back to November too, if you want to, or even October, or even September. Do you recall when Mars moved into Cancer, where Mars didn't have any energy? Mars has no energy in Cancer, but then Mars went retrograde in Cancer, where he was in quicksand. So that's why this is such a big deal too. That was from last fall until about March. You couldn't get anything. Mars couldn't get you anything. There were delays and maybe frustrations and maybe a little heightened sensitivity, right? Cancer being the crab, the pinchers come out. That was since last fall. In your 5th house of joy and pleasure and true love and romance and creativity and children and everything that I just said, okay? Jupiter is now entering that area of your life. And Jupiter is coming in and saying, oh, Mars didn't do anything here. Let me bring my blessings. I'm going to make everything grow. So you're going to see a huge shift. You're going to see a huge shift starting in June. All right. Now, June 10th, you got Mars trine Chiron. Okay. So I talk about that in your astrology overview that June. Okay. I'll leave it out in the video. Excuse me. That's actually a big deal for you. Check that out, okay? June 11th, the full moon in Sagittarius, okay? And when I say that, that's about your self-worth, self-value, and maybe something with money, okay? And maybe the way that you think about, like, making money or something like that. Anyway, June 11th, you got the full moon in Sagittarius, okay? There you go. 20 degrees. This is a Jupiter-ruled full moon. This is absolutely amazing. Remember, this is Jupiter. This is faith, self-belief, wisdom, optimism. I call this the full moon of epiphanies. That's what's going to happen, okay? You're going to have a huge shift in perspective around this time. Full moons are turning points, endings, right? But all for something bigger on your life purpose. Remember, that Sagittarius energy is that big picture energy. And so let things illuminate. Focus on what you want, your chi, your prana. Really tap in, connect with the ether. You're going to be... This is bonkers, okay? Because remember, what did I say? Jupiter is a Jupiter-ruled full moon in Sagittarius. Again, that is your 10th house. So your reputation, honors, achievements, career. There may be a lot of y'all changing careers, adjusting careers, getting promoted. Remember, recognition and honors. So just see what happens here with the full moon. Put some energy into it too. But why is this one of the best full moons? it's not just a Jupiter ruled full moon. Jupiter will can be conjuncting Mercury. And Mercury will sextile Venus. So when you look at what's happening for you, when you got the planet of the mind and communication, Mercury, in this conjunction with Jupiter that makes things grow, and Mercury sextiling Venus, right, in your third house of communication, there's likely a big shift for you in a really big way around this time. I wouldn't be surprised if you're still, if this is the point where you're like signing something and whatever. And remember, I said for a lot of y'all, it's like leases and rentals. And anyway, this is a big one, right? And we'll obviously talk about more of your weekly forecast, but remember what I've been saying for months: out with the old, in with the new. This is the time. Why? Look at mid-March. Look at June 15th. You've got 3 squares. And this is kind of like your first real kind of like test with Saturn. Remember, I told you Saturn's making things kind of easy. He's been like on the sidelines for the past few weeks as you get used to Saturn in Aries. Now he's going to test you, okay? But here's the thing. You got another aspect here. So June 15th can be it can be the most challenging day of June, okay? That Sunday. Happy Father's Day. June 15th, you got Mars square Uranus. And this one, again, remember Mars is in Leo. Here's the thing. Mars is like a laser, okay? Uranus is the great awakener. It's like lightning. So for you, yeah, there may be something here that brings surprising revelations. There could be something unexpected. It's also like rebellious energy. It's like your personal revolution. Here's the thing. This can be really exciting for you. All right? You can use this. I always tell you, especially with Uranus, he wants you to use you. He wants you to shake things up. Remember, Uranus has been trining the North Node in your sign. You're used to its energy. You just have that Uranus Cazimi. You just had Mercury conjunct Uranus. You're used to it. So have your breakthroughs. Uranus is breakthrough. He wants you to have that Uranus is freedom. This is a great time to free yourself from something that you no longer want or need. Now, this will likely have to do with something with family, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, or neighbors, or colleagues, or employees, okay? Or a boss. Mars in Leo is your 6th house. Or there can be something here with a doctor or a nurse or, 6th house is like healthcare. There can be something here with like a vet as well. It rules pets. So just know there may be something here where you don't see eye to eye with someone. It's a square and it's with Mars and Uranus. And it could be something just, out of the blue. You didn't expect it. So remember, always be responsive, not reactive. A lot of this may be in terms of communicating with someone, right? It is, your 3rd house activated, or the mind, the way that you're thinking about something, right? Mars square Uranus, it is basically like the Tower card, right? But if you use this, then it becomes the Star, or, of your hopes and wishes and dreams, or the Fool. This new journey for you. All right. But you got to let something go here. There's something that you got to just, let's shake it up. Let's shake it up. Okay. Because Uranus is attributed to the Fool. Therefore, it has a lot of that Aquarius energy. And Pluto and Aquarius right now in your 12th house, and you're the native ruler, the subconscious, but also intuition and healing and spirituality. So you can use this. Remember, this is fleeting. This is just, you're going to feel this days before, days after, week before, week after. Remember, it depends on, every Pisces is different. You have different birth charts. You have different rising signs. It makes you different from every other Pisces in the world. So all of y'all are going to feel it different ways. But it is all about your energy. And I always talk about that. But like I said, this is fleeting compared to the bigger picture, which is Uranus trining Pluto all year. And you will feel that a lot more strongly when Uranus moves into Gemini next month, all right, in July. So that's amazing. That's amazing. And so you're just going to be having all these breakthroughs, by the way. So anyway, Mars and Uranus together at this point, they're looking at you, Pisces. They're saying, wakey, 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 wakey. We're at 29 degrees. We got a gift for you. You want this gift? You got to come get it. You got to take action for it, right? And that could even just be adapting to some changes in your world that, is part of your karmic journey. Then you got Jupiter square Saturn and Neptune. Jupiter square Saturn, just look at the overview that I did, the June overview. You've already gone through 2 of these, okay? We had this in August and December. You can look at those monthly forecasts. I'll talk more about it, all right? Therefore, you're already used to this energy, all right? Remember, Jupiter expands, Saturn restricts. How are you going to work with that energy? What did I say? What have I been saying the whole time for weeks now? Practice patience. Wax on, wax off. So something here may test your patience. Yeah? All right. Secondly, Jupiter square Neptune. That's a different thing. All right. We went through that. We had that in 2019. Remember the lower frequencies of Neptune: illusion, delusion, confusion, escapism. Neptune being your modern ruler. So yeah, you will feel this. Okay. So there's something here that may, again, test your belief system, how you see things. It's also like wishful thinking, as in like thinking you're getting something, but you didn't put in the work, right? And that's just what this is with Saturn here. Remember, Saturn is karma. Saturn tests you. You got to pass this test. So I'm not saying you're not going to. I'm saying that's what all of this is. But again, remember, you can work with those higher frequencies of Neptune, which is compassion and kindness, and it's that visionary energy. So with Jupiter and Cancer at that same time, just trust your intuition. That's all that's going to matter. Have that self-belief and faith in yourself. You're going to be fine. And remember, if you are vibrating at that high frequency, you're at a 10 with gratitude and love and compassion. You're being your authentic self. This is going to be water off your back. Okay, water off a fish's back. Anyway, you get what's going on here. Now, Tuesday, June 17th, Mars is going to move into Virgo. Whoa. Pisces, buckle up. Buckle up. This is a very different energy from Mars and Leo. And you have not had Mars and Virgo for 2 years. So, remember, Virgo is your opposite sign. So now you've got Mars, a planet of action, drive, and libido, right? In your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, okay? While Jupiter in Cancer is in your 5th house of true love and romance. Like, this is insane, okay? You got Mars here for 2 months. So this is really amazing. And if you're not here for that, partnerships in any other way. It's one-on-one connections. It could be your relationship, with your agent, where you feel a lot of passion. Your agent's doing so much for you. It could be anyone. It's where you're putting that energy. That's Mars. Okay. So partnerships, relationships, contracts, legal matters, marriage. That's all that 7th house energy. All right. So really, really, really nice. Again, there's so much home stuff happening for you all month too. There may be something here with home and rentals and marriage or something with children. But it's really, really nice. And, Virgo natively rules like healthcare and work. Yeah. Service to others, things like that. So you may have elements of that for, the next few months too. But this is just really absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I'm not telling every sign this. That's why, Pisces, I want you to know, y'all are amazing. Okay, so here's the thing. I want you to mark June 18th, okay, in your books, in your calendar system, because there's something here that I really love for you. And the reason why is because Mercury, remember, is in Cancer. Mercury's going to be at 17 degrees around this time. So I want you to think about February 24th, just after your birthday season. There was something you really wanted. There was something that was happening around that time. You may get it now, or there may be some conversations coming up. And that's because February 24th is when Mars actually went direct in Cancer at 17 degrees. So Mercury is kind of picking up a vibration from around that time. And remember, this is all in your 5th house of joy, pleasure, true love, romance. The things that Mars couldn't get you, Mercury's like, oh, what's going on here? So just and leave comments and tell me what it is when we get to that point. I'm very curious. Anyway, all right. So let's see, June 20th. Yeah. We move into Cancer season. Happy summer. I love it. The solstice. Happy winter if you're in the southern hemisphere. But this is big. This is big. We'll talk about your weekly forecast. This is solstice. It has everything to do with Jupiter and Cancer, but you got Mercury, the Sun, and Jupiter. You got stellium in Cancer in your 5th house of joy, pleasure, true love, creativity, creative projects, self-expression, procreation, family, children. All of that. You're good. You're good. You see how that area of your life is amplified with the Sun here now. So I love this. Okay. Remember, this is all about your, willpower, is emotional growth, your higher purpose. But again, even with Mercury here, just that shift, there's something that is shifting for you that I really love. All right. And, yeah. And then June 22nd, you got Mars sextile Jupiter. I cannot. That we won't even get next year. It happens on average once a year. We don't even get it next year. We wait until September 2027. That's how rare this one is. Mars sextile Jupiter. Very, very, very nice. Very, very, very. You're going to be in a completely different, you're going to see things happen. You don't see them get together that often. So just know that this is really wonderful. And again, Mars has moved into Virgo at this time. So there's a lot of partnership, relationship stuff, and Jupiter in your 5th house of joy and pleasure. So we'll talk about when we get to your weekly forecast, but look, that's like a charge up, right? Look at what's happening. It's charging up Tuesday, June 24th, when you have the luckiest day of the year, when you have the Sun conjuncting Jupiter. Now, a lot of y'all got to feel it the day of, maybe days before. It's a conjunction, right? You got different birth charts. You may feel it days after, and some of y'all may feel just maybe not on the day, but days after, something brewing. You're like, oh, that's what it was. That's what this is. Okay. Sun conjunct Jupiter. You've got a Jupiter cazimi that only happens once a year. Yeah. And once again, it's happening in that 5th house for you. But don't forget, you've got so much other stuff here. I would not be surprised for Pisces, with your 10th house activated, your house activated, your 1st house, your 6th house activated. I just honestly would not be surprised if a lot of y'all get new jobs, start your own company, or there's something here with career, fame, something that you're launching, something with money involved as well, making more money. I just would not be surprised. Okay. Love, getting married, falling in love, meeting your soulmate. There's just so much for you because that Jupiter cazimi, as you can see, that's a cycle, right? It's a conjunction setting up this new cycle with a success, but you see that's happening pretty much at the same time the new moon in Cancer. It's 6:30 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. So it's pretty much happening at the same time. That's Wednesday, June 25th, or depending on where you live. Right? So big, because now you got all of this. You got, the Sun, Jupiter conjuncting the new moon here. That's why it's one of the best new moons of 2025. It's big. There's, new moons. So plant seeds and set intentions. You got something huge happening here. And remember, it's a 6-month cycle. So I love what's happening for you. And I'm not even done. You got the luckiest day with the luckiest new moon. On top of that, you got Mercury sextile Uranus at that same time. That's like, great news coming out of nowhere, out of the blue. Those surprising, great news. It's a sextile. You got the Sun sextile Mars at that same time too. I cannot. And then also, not even on the whiteboard, you got Mercury trine Saturn, Mercury trine Neptune at that same time. Like, I can't even. You're amazing, Pisces. Oh, let's really get to it. Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you for June 2025 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, June 2025. I'm so excited for you. Y'all are amazing. How are y'all doing? I do a traditional culture cross spread, offers the best overview. Pisces, y'all crack me up. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Pisces, I love y'all. What a year it has been. I'm so excited for you. You deserve June. You deserve June. Yeah. Yeah. You're good. You know that. You're gonna get you get that. I'll give you I'll give you Ted Lasso. Sure. I'll give you Ted Lasso. You get a Ted Lasso here. You get his little sidekick too. Okay? I don't know who that is, but he's in the show. They came together. You know I'm part of a sticker club. Anyway, you're good. You get to see me put on lip balm. That's how good you are. Look at this. Can you even believe that? Can you believe what's happening here? It's a life-changing month. It's a life-changing month. Let's get started. You got the Page of Cups. You see, it's all court cards. You got your card, the Wish Come True card too, on top of all these court cards, Major Arcana. You got the Page of Cups. Here's the biggest thing as you move into this month. You already know it. You already know you want something new, and you're following your bliss. So good for you. Go after what your heart desires. Okay, trust your intuition. Go for it. Messages coming in. You getting great messages. Pages are messengers as well, but also very likely someone new coming into your life. And that, by the way, is just a thing for June with all these aspects too. You are going to be meeting new people. Some of them can be lifelong, friends, lovers, colleagues, anything. But you see that happening here for you. And you know Page of Cups has a lot of Piscean energy. So do you. Go after that. Something new is happening in your life. You see, it's big. The Ace of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. That's amazing. Some of y'all, there definitely has been. It's almost like there has been someone new come into your life, or will this month. Okay, or a connection that I'm picking up on. Actually, you did get the Page of Cups in your external factors area last week. Okay, look at your last week's reading. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so you got the Ace of Pentacles. This is a monthly forecast. What did I say from the? I've told you maybe 5 or 6 times. There's something here with money. There's something here with starting something new for you in a big way. Look at the golden pathway. It's not just a path. It's golden with that archway. It's a gateway to this new. The Hand of Spirit offering you the biggest pentacle in the deck. That's money. That's wealth. But also, if you're not here for that, which this indicates like maybe a new job or you starting your own company, whatever, or like money coming through in ways that you couldn't imagine, right? But physical world, something materializing. And that's what pentacles are, okay? Pentacles. It's a 5-pointed star. We go all the way back to Mesopotamia times. It's linked to the vault of heaven, the golden ratio. This is you're good. Your life is changing. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry for you again. You got the Emperor in your challenge area. All right. So 2 things here. You need that confidence. What did I say? All this cardinal energy that's happening this month, that's stepping up, stepping into the plate. And you've got Saturn testing you in your second house. Self-worth, self-value. Know that you are good enough for anything. Know that you're worth everything. That's what this is. Okay? This is a lot of power. It's in your challenge area. Now, second thing, what did I say with those squares? You may not see eye to eye with someone. Okay? And it may be an authority figure. That's, the Emperor. All right? So just keep that in mind. That's all it is. Remember, just be responsive in those moments. If you ever feel someone coming on strong with you, someone kind of like getting your way and maybe a little like, just think of me. Just think of me and say, Jimmy said, be responsive, not reactive, right? You're on a karmic journey. You're going to be fine. Saturn, the Emperor. Well, actually, yeah, the Emperor is Aries. Yeah, you see the rams in his throne. Saturn is in Aries. Okay. So, what I was going to say is like Saturn. Well, both Saturn and the Emperor. The Emperor is like the dad of tarot, right? And Saturn is like that father energy, the wise man, the older, anyway, so it could be a paternal figure, an authority figure. Saturn is the authority, or a father figure, or things like that, or a father. Okay, so you know how to handle it. You got the high priestess in your crown. You're going to be good. There's all that intuitive energy. There's all that like, ooh, I'm going deep. I'm feeling this. I'm trusting my intuition. I'm in that flow state, right? Higher mind, physical mind. But this is a lot of higher mind, all right? So this is, high priestess is the guardian of the subconscious, which is amazing. You know, she's in your crown. Like you're protected. You're good. Just really, really go deep when you need to. And in terms of like trusting your intuition. Now you got the 9 of Cups and the root of your spread. There's something happening for you that's going to bring you so much joy. This is the wish come true card. It's in the root of your spread. This is for the month of June. And, you know, I call this genie in a bottle energy. You see him sitting there like a genie in a bottle. And this is your card. You know that, right? The 9 of Cups. It's a Pisces card. It's attributed to Jupiter in Pisces. That's why it's the wish, you know, like it was a second decan. Anyway, you're good. That's a lot of enlightenment. And there's something here clearly shifting everything for you. There's something here that you really, really, really want. You see it materializing here. This is a card of satisfaction. And then you got the Page of Swords in your future. So you are absolutely good. There's definitely like new things happening in a big way. You got the page, ace page. Like you can't make that up. Like that's look across your cross. All right. Look at that progression. Like you're good. So there's something new that's happening. You're very enthusiastic about it, excited about it. And it's very new. It's a page here, right? So that fresh new energy. You're moving into something brand new that you're excited to, you know, this is like the new path or, you know, building upon a path or whatever it is. Especially, again, swords are up here. So there's that shift in something that he's like a sponge too. He kind of like sponge. He like wants to learn and grow in this area. And Jupiter's bringing that growth. So again, you're going to have a really big shift in your mindset. Big picture energy, all that. You're good. Let's get to your stuff. Pisces, y'all are amazing. Here's the thing. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Pisces, talk to me. Well, I was gonna say, like, here's the thing: is that you remember you still have the North Node in your sign all year. But remember, it moved into your sign earlier this year. So and then you had that 6-planet conjunction in mid-March. You know. Throughout your birthday season, you had like that build up. So your life is already changing. And this is all part of your karmic journey, your mission statement, everything that's happening for you. And just know that this is the month. Okay. All right. You know, I love y'all. Oh, there you go. Okay. You're amazing. You're good. You're absolutely good. There is going to be that. Let's talk about that, but let's get to this first. Knight of Wands, amazing. Okay, that's just you saying, amazing. I'm passionate. I feel passionate this month. I'm going after the things that I want. Run with it. He's on a journey. Knights are all about action. They all have a mission. They all have a purpose. Wands are your passions. It's what you're passionate about. A lot of career energy here too. Remember, I said y'all got a lot of career stuff, and so there's something here that look how happy he is. And nothing's going to stop him from pursuing what he wants. Okay? His dreams. And it's all in the name of transforming his life, right? Did I say a lot of y'all are traveling? I did, right? There's a lot of y'all going to be traveling. And if not like physical, like travel of the mind, you got the tower in your external factors area. So once again, there may be something here that's shaken up. But it's all for your path forward. So if there's any, it may be something that brings this relief for you, okay? And sure, the tower is a little chaotic. I told you that's what Mars square Uranus is. I said Uranus is lightning. You see lightning bolt here. This card is attributed to Mars. But there is something here that's almost like, it's like you needed that shakeup, right? That when the tower falls, you can see, you can move forward. There's this phoenix rising from the ashes. So again, it's all about your mindset that's changing here. It's all about your perception too, right? But remember, what comes after the tower? The star. So whatever's happening here is happening for you, not to you, for you. All right? There needs some, and again, June is one of those months where, yeah, with those squares, there needs to be a little bit of let's shake things up. You got that Five of Cups here, but where it is in your staff is saying no more. I'm not going to look at the past anymore. And, I'm not going to say like, oh no, nothing's like happened for me all year. No, this is the month where you see things happen in a big way. And you have that feeling anyway, right? Because this is saying like, also another thing, like, I don't want to have any regrets. Like I'm doing things in this new way. I'm following my bliss. I'm seeing things in a new way. And part of that is doing things where I have no regrets. I am stepping up and I'm not going to be focusing on the past anymore. He's got 2 cups right behind him. You're going to be picking up those cups. All right. So if there's anything here, it's for you to feel empowered. All right. All right. It's the biggest thing. You got the 9 of Wands, which is saying, yeah, you will. Okay. This is like the never give up card. Speaking of Ted Lasso, right? This is, you see him standing in front of his wands, protecting his wands. He's like, no, back off. I worked hard to get to this point. You're not going to take anything away from me. So this is like not giving up. This is standing your ground, weathering the storm. Even with that confidence, look at him. He's got gauze on his head. He's gone through it. This is a y'all been going through some things, but you're saying, hey, universe, I'm a Chumbawamba song. Keep throwing things at me. You're not going to knock me down, right? So that's that confidence. And that's that, there's the one thing I am going to say, though. You do see the gauze like over his third eye. So just be mindful of that. Always be in touch with your, like, sixth sense, your intuition, your gut instincts, your, all that pineal gland activated. You got the high priestess in your crown anyway. You're gonna be fine, but just a little thing, okay? And so there may be something here with career, by the way, all right, where you're just like, and that's where maybe that little test is here, all right? That's all it is. You're gonna be fine, and that has something to do with this, by the way, all right? But there's that part of you you're like, you know what? What's the point of looking in the, I got to move forward. Anyway, let's break it down week by week. Pisces, oh my diddly day. Okay, so the first week, yeah, remember absolutely first day, just something about relationships gonna pop up, and maybe there's something here about communication or family. Now, then you got Venus sextile Jupiter, you got Mercury moving into Cancer, you got a lot happening. You got Mercury sextile Mars, you got so much happening. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week of June. You got the 9 of Swords. All right. I see that. You know why? Because that is a Gemini card. I said there's heavy Gemini energy that first week. Now, with Gemini energy, when you have a lot of planets there, and I even told you this last week with all that Mercurial energy, because Mercury rules Gemini, so you have a lot of that. That would be overthinking. That would be overanalyzing things. That would be feeling sorry for yourself and just sitting in that bed and not do, like that, going out. And the whole purpose of this card is to pull those swords out one by one. So remember, how do you do that? You trust your intuition and you feel empowered and you don't let anyone put you in that situation. Okay? This is, look at that with those 2 9s. So yeah, there is something here where that first week, really, really do not overthink things. Things are going to happen for you. You're going to see things changing in your life. All right. And for some of y'all, it may be a little bit overwhelming, but just don't overthink. Right. And remember, we do have those squares, Mercury squares. The way that you're communicating with someone as well, or someone saying something to you. But what did I say? Don't let anyone take your power. Okay? And now you can see a little bit more clearly here. It may be something with, family. All right? So, actually, you want me to clarify? I'll clarify that. I love my Pisces. I'm going to clarify that. Yeah. You'll be fine. It seems like there's going to be a little bit of that, but if you can remember, get out of that bed. You even see the roses in the bed. That's amazing. That's like, passion. That's like that blood. Like I feel it, feel it. Feel it. Like, let's work on this. And there you go. You got the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about, all right, that's cleared up. I'm not going to bring that into this next cycle. And now I'm driven, devoted, dedicated, working on my goals, whistling while I work. You're going to be fine. There may be something here with partnerships too and work, but they're pentacles too. Remember money, but also your physical world. Now, second week is, and he's successful, by the way. He is going to reach his goals, right? The Eight of Pentacles. Now, second week, you're also learning something. I mentioned that. That's coming through strong. The first week, it's almost like, if not like learning something like online or teacher or like things like that, it's almost like this karmic lesson is coming through. All right. So now, second week, Jupiter moves into Cancer. And then, Mars will trine Chiron. Remember, there's that deep healing, profound healing for deep wounds in your second house of self-worth and self-value. All right. So that's really great. And then we have the full moon in Sagittarius. So let's see what's going on for you for the second week of June. Listen, when I tell you this is just, you're gonna be fine. That full moon, like I said, is wonderful. I told you it's in your 10th house of fame and career, and it's almost like with every ending, like a full moon, there's a new beginning. And this one's such a beautiful full moon that's Jupiter ruled, all about growth and expansion, but self-belief as well, and faith and all of that. And you see what happens. You got that Ace of Wands. You got two aces. There's something new happening because you didn't overanalyze, you didn't overthink, you sorted things out. Now you're like, okay, I'm gonna work toward my goals, and then boom, there it comes, right? Now, third week, and that's again a lot of money, career, right? Full moon Sagittarius in your 10th house. But if you're not here for that, just whatever you're passionate about, okay? You got I told you a lot of love and romance and procreation as well. Yeah. That's happening. Okay. Third week, we have those squares on June 15th. You got Mars moving into Virgo. There's so much happening. You got the sun moving into Cancer. We're moving into Cancer season. Let's see what's going on for you for the third week. All right, third week of June. Boom. You're amazing. You got Judgment. That's your big old awakening that you're having. Okay. Remember, even like Mars square Uranus is just even like a mini wake up call, right? So there's this profound moment of clarity, this divine awakening that happens with the Judgment card. I absolutely love this. Why do I love it, especially for you? Is because Judgment is attributed to Pluto in Aquarius for the next 19 years in your 12th house of spirituality, of spiritual awakenings, right? That's huge because you rule the 12th house, but Pluto natively rules your 9th house of spirituality and the higher mind and the big, what I told, like life purpose, that big, anyway, that's what's happening here. Okay. Amazing. There's something here that's just, very profound with our Archangel. Now the last week, the luckiest week. All right, let's see what's going on for you, Pisces. Last week of June. Oh, whoa. I love this. All right, so you got the Hanged Man. So what did I say about that shift in perspective? Oh, yeah. When you get the Judgment card with the Hanged Man, you see that. I told you that's going to be one of the biggest things for you this month. And you see that it's big, and it's because of these new things coming into your life. That even in that small, even that like thinking in new ways too, because of this new thing that's happening. This is amazing. And remember, you've got to take action for that's what karma is. Inspired actions you take, but you're good. You're good. You're all set up. You got two aces. You got the wish come true. You're gonna be happy about something. You got these 2 pages, new things happening. You have the hangman where it's all, this is, by the way, the hangman is attributed to Neptune. Okay. And so remember, Neptune moved into Aries. There's a big shift happening for you anyway, right? You see him, he's got the halo around his head. He's hanged himself upside down. Yeah, he did it to himself. No one did that. He's got a smile on his face. He did that because he wanted to see things in a new way. He wanted to see the world in a different way. And in order to do that, you have to surrender those things from the past. He's done that. He's made that sacrifice. He's like, okay, look, I'm ready to move into the new, right? And so that's what you want anyway. So you're good. Your life is enormously changing. You see that. Pisces, you're amazing. Thanks so much. Oh gosh. Okay. So next week, tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. We're going to do the second spread. We're going to go through, we'll look at love, career, everything. Okay. Anyone's welcome to join next week. You know what's happening. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Pisces, y'all are amazing. I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.